Alright, and we are recording. What is up, everybody? Temperistic here, back again for another video. I know it's been 6 months, but we are back for a little bit here, and I just want to talk about some video games. Now, in the past 6 months, I'm still fat. I'm still balding, as you can see there. And, I've watched the movies, I've played some games, and just been chilling. Been streaming a little bit. I've been playing a lot of Magic the Gathering Arena, and if you want to play that too, that's free to play. And then I've seen some movies here, so I guess I'll just start talking about that. First of all, I'm pretty much done playing Dead by Daylight. Not because I don't like the game, but I have over 60 games on my backlog. Um, just to give you an idea of how bad I am when it comes to buying games and not playing them, I still have barely touched Dishonored 2. That's basically how bad it is. And then the Grand Theft Auto trilogy that came out, it's got GTA 3, San Andreas, and Vice City in it. I barely touched that. So it's pretty bad, you know. Now I'm only buying games now that like I really want to play, like Resident Evil Requiem. I got that. I got Crimson Desert. I got John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, which is really fun. It reminds me a lot of Black Ops Zombies, like the first one to ever come out. That's a lot of fun. Um, what else we got going on here? But basically, just been chilling, just been doing me. Nothing too exciting happening. Nothing really to report other than, video games and movies. I used to be a big time movie person, but just, been into video games the older I get. I did binge watch Invincible though on Amazon. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically they copied Dragon Ball Z and made their own thing. The cast is insane. There's too many people to list. But just for a couple people, they've got Glenn and Negan from The Walking Dead in the show. Um, and then they've got the dude from Spider-Man. I forget his name. I'm terrible with names. If you haven't learned that by now. The guy in not in the cartoon, but in the movies, who plays Peter Parker's boss or whatever. That guy. He was also in Whiplash. He is in the show as well. It's not, you can't really consider it an anime because it's U.S. made, but it's cartoon, 2D. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free to watch. Season 4 just came out. I watched the first couple of episodes, but yeah, I fell in love with it. I binge watched it for 3 nights, got 3 seasons out of the way, and then I'm not sure if this is the last season or not, but it just came out and it's awesome. A lot of action. If you enjoy Dragon Ball Z, then you'll enjoy this. It's got the same story basically, where a Superman-esque person came to the planet and was supposed to be evil and bad, and instead had a kid, and this and that. But I'm not going to spoil anything. But it's the same premise. It's basically the same premise. Some twists, some turns, some things that are different. But for the most part, basically there's just Super Saiyans everywhere. You know, without the yellow hair, without the yellow energy around them. Other than that, I watched the newest Avatar movie that came out. Not the cartoon, but the blue people, the Navi. Third one definitely didn't hit as much as the first and second one did. It really felt like a 2.5. To give you an example, it kind of felt like what Assassin's Creed Mirage felt like after Valhalla, where it's like not really a new Assassin's Creed game; it's just an extension. So, yeah, this one. There's a big chunk of the movie that it introduces a new clan. That's they're savages, they're aggressive, and everything, and that was pretty cool. But we're still in basically the same location. The home Navi base is still in the same location with our main characters, and it was cool, but it wasn't like cool. So, but I give it a thumbs up. Um, Also put a lot of hours into the Avatar game. I know it's not for everyone. It's not the most, riveting, advanced game out there, but if you enjoy an RPG where you cook, where you do, it's a regular open world game. You can do whatever you want. You can fly around. There's a lot of cool stuff to do. The combat is good if you don't use the guns. The guns are terrible. When you're using the guns, it looks like a fifth grader worked on the game in their basement. Um, but when you're using like the bows and the slings and all that, the Navi weapons, it's a pretty cool experience. And it's always fun to, punch a little human that's, 3 or 4 feet shorter than you are. But yeah, the graphics are phenomenal on the game. It's very eye pleasing. It's one of those games where you get home from work and you don't know what to play, and you play that game. Very relaxing game. It's got 3 expansions. I think what they're doing is they're releasing a new expansion every time there's a new movie, which is pretty cool. Haven't played the newest expansion, but it's basically the movie from what I can see. At least the box art on the DLC is the same as the movie, pretty much. And then if you're wondering why my mouth is so close to this microphone, this is a new microphone, by the way. I'm not using the Yeti anymore. This is kind of what you have to do when you get these high quality microphones is you have to talk into a microphone. I don't know if you guys have ever watched a podcast before, but usually when you get these good microphones, you gotta do that. And it's kind of a double-edged sword where it is annoying that I have to be this close to get a good pickup of my voice, but it's also good because it's not really going to pick up background noise. I live next to a freaking road right here, and people go 90 miles an hour, and I have my window open because I live in California, and it's hot as fucking here, and this is a small-ass room that I'm in, and I'm not going to freaking suffocate myself. So I've got that. I also have a new camera here, and right now it's pretty dark in my room, so I'm really surprised it's able to keep the light on here. There's barely any light outside, so all this light right here that you're seeing, it's coming from my camera. So that is pretty impressive. And if you want to know exactly what kind of microphone it is I guess it's a FINE, so Fifine, XLR USB gaming microphone. And it's on Amazon for $67.99. I basically just typed in streaming or gaming microphone, and that's what popped up. It's pretty much the most popular one. 4.6 stars, and it's pretty cheap. And then the camera is a EMEET C960 4K webcam for PC with 4K ultra high definition CMOS sensor, PDAF autofocus, dual omnidirectional mics, auto light correction, 73 degrees of FOV, plug and play webcam with privacy cover, and it works with Zoom, Skype, Google, Discord, all that good stuff. And that's $48 right now, so that's a pretty good deal. The only thing I don't like about the camera is it doesn't move down. So when you get it out of the box, you'll notice that it's not your traditional webcam where it moves like up and down like that. It's more like you have to. I don't know. I can't really show you because but instead of it being like the clamp that clamps onto your monitor and then it's the webcam. The webcam is over to the side, and then you move it up and down on the side. So that kind of doesn't work for me because I can't really clamp it on the side because my PC's on the right, my other monitor's to the left. So right now, like if I move it to how it's going to be up like that, and that doesn't really work. So I kind of have to have it hanging a little bit off. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be a floating head. But I've tested the microphones on it, and it works well. I mean, if I don't really need this at all. I could just use the webcam, and the microphones work really well. So yeah, if you want to check that out, just go to Amazon, and they're going to be on there. I'll post the links down in the description box below for you. And I think, with Ryan Gosling, he just released a new movie. It's like a sci-fi, alien type, good vibes, makes you think movie. If you have seen Arrival, it's kind of like that, where you're thinking the whole entire time. It's called Project Hail Mary, and it was actually pretty good. I just got back from Palm Desert and saw it over there. If you ever are near a movie theater called Cinemark, I highly recommend going in. The seats are insane; they recline, and yeah. So don't go to AMC, don't go to Edwards Cinema, go to Cinemark, Cinemark, and it's the best movie theater I've ever been in. It's huge inside. It's got its own arcade, and yeah, so phenomenal. I was actually struggling to stay awake, not because the movie is boring, but just because the seats are so comfortable. There's a little button on the retractable arm, and you literally recline all the way, and it's just like nighty night, you know. So yeah, 5 stars on that movie. Very cool. Yeah, if you like sci-fi alien movies, then you're gonna like it. Other than that, haven't really seen any movies. Oh, I saw the new Predator movie. Definitely give that 5 stars. I was really impressed on how they were able to make their first non-R-rated Predator movie, and they kept it PG-13. Very impressive. Still a lot of action, still a lot of gore. New planet to explore, and you really just get to see the Predator the whole entire movie, and it's really cool. But yeah, those are the 3 movies that I've seen recently. I can't really think of any other ones that I've seen. Definitely a lot that I want to see, but I work and game and stream, and just don't really have too much motivation to check out too many animes or TV shows or movies, unless there's something that I really want to see and been wanting to see for a long time. Like, for example, the next Avengers movie that comes out. Really excited for that. Anime wise, I still haven't seen the Demon Slayer movie yet. I'm waiting for that to come out on Netflix. That's something that I don't really want to watch in movie theater for personal reasons, especially the movie theater near me. Not the best, so I'm gonna wait until that comes out on Netflix. But other than that, if you're into fighting games, I should have mentioned this when I was talking about Invincible. They came out with a Invincible fighting game. It's just like Tekken or Street Fighter or any fighting game. You know what a fighting game is. Me personally, there's a couple different genres that I always stay away from. That's sports games and fighting games. I was into them as a kid, but just not really my type of thing anymore. So if you want to check that out, go for it. It'll probably spoil. I'm not sure if there's any story in it, but it'll probably spoil it. So maybe you should watch the show before you buy the game. But anyway, let's get into game. I want to talk about some games here that we really don't have a release date for, and they're games that are highly anticipated. No, I'm not going to talk about GTA 6. There's nothing really to announce about that. Other than there have been some leaks about someone having access to source code, and it was sold to them by this guy in the UK who's 18, and now he's in hospital prison for the rest of his life. And then Rockstar just announced they're going to be doing marketing starting in summer or whatever, so we can expect a 3rd trailer to come out in May or June. I don't know. I'm just going to wait for the summer showcase and not worry about that. But I want to talk about some games that a lot of these games were announced at the last summer showcase, and we really haven't got any information on them since then. But okay, I'm going to turn on the light here because I'm not going to be able to see my piece of paper that I got. Because what I do is I get a piece of paper here and all the games that I like, and I want to try out and want to know more about them. I write down on a piece of paper. A bunch of them I've got crossed out because they've already come out, or they've been canceled. Rest in peace to Perfect Dark Zero, that remake that got canceled. That's a bummer. But sure, I'm just going to start at the top of the list here. We've got High on Life 2, which just came out. I've played a little bit of it. Got past the first boss. It's cool. I think the coolest thing, obviously, about it is the new skateboard that you can ride on. And I kind of stopped playing it just because it was having audio issues, and I also found out that parts of the game you'd be locked on, and the only way to get past them would be to like restart your whole entire playthrough. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop that. So I'm waiting for an update on that game before I continue playing it. The next one is Dawnwalker, which is that vampire game that they were working on here, and that one is supposed. A lot of these games still just say that they're coming out in 2026. So that's what it says for Dawnwalker. It is a single player game, and basically you play as a half vampire, half human dude, and it's supposed to be an RPG open world game, and that's all we know about it. The next one is a game that has been around for a long time. Since, if you remember on the Xbox 360, there was a little tab called Arcade that you could go into, and it was the first time I found out about it. It's called Super Meat Boy, but this one's Super Meat Boy 3D, and you literally, it's exactly what it sounds like. You play as a little Super Meat Boy guy, and it is kind of like a what do you call it? Like a 2D run and jump puzzle game, but it's 3D, so you have a camera that's going to be going around you and stuff like that. It says it's scheduled to release on March 31st, but it's not on the Microsoft Store, so I think that might just be a placeholder and it's not going to come out until later. The next game here that I've got is Clockwork Revolution, which was that game where everyone's a robot and you're, or not everyone's a robot, but like the police are robots, and you play as this guy who's kind of like a vigilante, and it was pretty cool because you could like throw down a turret and it would pop up out of the ground, and you could rewind time, and if you got shot you could rewind that so you're not shot anymore. That says not until 2026 as well. And then the next one I've got here is Planet of Lana 2. I know it's kind of like a dying breed, but the 2D side-scroller is something that's near and dear to my heart. If you've ever played Limbo or Inside or what's that game that just came out? And it's funny because they're made by all different developers. Somerville. Somerville is the newest one that I played, which was really cool. But I've always been a fan of 2D games. I saw the God of War 2D game came out. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's on PC. If it's on PC, I'll try to play it. But I don't have a PlayStation. I haven't had a PlayStation since 2004 or 5, and that's when I first got Halo, because I sold my PS2 and all the games to get an Xbox and Halo, which is something I still don't regret doing. Well, let's see what we got here. Yeah, so Planet of Lana 2, the first one just got put on the Game Pass, so I'm working on that, and then the second one is also on the Game Pass, but basically it is it's not two-dimensional, but it's three-dimensional, but it's still a side-scroller, and it has to do with an alien invasion, invading people that are kind of, just barbarians that, the year is like, before Christ, and it's really primitive. And then there's an alien invasion, and you got to figure out how to rescue your brother, and it's been pretty fun. Next game I got here is Mortal Shell 2, which was a pretty gory game that they showed off at the summer showcase, and this says early 2026. and it's just an RPG with some gory, human parts everywhere, and yeah, so that's not going to come out until early 2026. Next game I have is End of Abyss, which kind of reminds me of Little Nightmares. I never played Little Nightmares, but this one really kind of struck my interest. It reminded, just with the whole camera and the point of view, it reminds me of Stray, which is kind of weird that I'm comparing a cat game to a horror, a third-person horror game, but just with the camera and everything, it looks interesting. Haven't really seen too much of it other than what was shown at the Summer Game Fest, but it looks cool. But that isn't coming out until this year as well. And then next, there was a RTS set to release this year, and it was from Game of Thrones, and it's called War of Westeros. Unfortunately, it's only coming out on PC, but that's one of the games I will be getting. Usually I am just someone that plays on Xbox, but I have a good PC. I can run any games on my PC, and it'll be fine. I just kind of baby my PC. I don't want to, run too many things that I don't have to on it, and I've always just played on Xbox, and that's just how I do things. But if a game is going to be exclusively on PC and it's awesome and cool, then yeah, I'm definitely going to get it. So not until just sometime this year. It doesn't specify; it just says 2026. But I mean, how can you go wrong with the Game of Thrones RTS, right? Next game is okay. I don't have to hold my paper anymore because I got these all in order here. Next game is from a just some dude that is working on a game by himself, and it was called Axe of Blood. In the trailer, you're shown just basically a dude that is really good with martial arts, and he goes around beating people up. But at the same time, you can use guns, and you can use the objects around you to fight off enemies. And the music was awesome. Hard to believe that it's made by one dude. 2 years in development, says it's supposed to come out this year sometime, and it is also exclusive to PC. It says it's coming out this summer. So that's another game that I'm going to be getting on PC because it's there only. Usually at the Summer Showcase, they don't show games that are only exclusive to PC. Usually they have their own little thing, and then the Summer Game Fest is for games that are releasing on PlayStation and Xbox along with PC, but not PC by itself. So that's kind of interesting. So yeah, that is summer 2026. The next one is a game that apparently has been in development forever. It is just called Ill. It says late 2026 or later, so maybe 2027, and it's coming out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. And it's got to be the most realistic horror game that any of us has ever seen. It's pretty revealing. I mean, I think they show like penises and stuff in it too. Really weird. But definitely recommend checking out the trailer because it's the craziest trailer for games I've ever seen. I wouldn't be surprised if it was AI made because, this is interesting. But I think it's backed by the publisher Mun Games or Munfish or something, and those are the people behind Atomfall and then The Cube, which is a new multiplayer game that's based in the Atomfall world, and then Atomfall 2 is coming out as well. When is Atomfall 2 coming? Let me see here. Atom Heart. Sorry, Atom Heart 2. That's coming out in 2026 as well. Okay. And then we had another game called Fractured Blooms, which is supposed to be a psychological farming horror game. The initial trailer kind of shows you just working on the farm, chopping up tomatoes, doing whatever. And then it slowly turns into, a psychological, mindfuck game, basically. And they release a playable demo apparently in October, which I didn't know about. I'm about to check that out. But this is another game that's going to be exclusively dropping on PC via Steam and sometime this year. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, we're all waiting for Fable. Personally, I've never played Fable, but I have liked what I've seen from the trailers, and I'm all for an RPG. I love RPGs. They're awesome. Maybe I'll go back and play the Fable games, but it's a reboot, and it's supposed to launch in autumn of 2026, and a lot of people were worried that you were only going to be playing as the female shown in the game, but they have confirmed that you are going to be able to customize your character and make your character look like whatever you want it to be. So it's going to come on Xbox, PC, PS5, and it was supposed to come out last year, but it was delayed, and it is going to be available on Xbox Game Pass. Also, speaking of Game Pass, big L for them raising the prices. Fuck them. Next up is Gears of War E-Day, which I'm sure is right behind GTA 6 in terms of an anticipated game. We only saw the one trailer. That's all we've gotten so far. Let me double check on that. Yep. That's it. Yeah, that's all we've got. And then it's going to come out sometime this year. It says it's exclusively on Xbox and Windows. So I guess it's not going to be on PlayStation, even though they just released Gears of War Reloaded for PlayStation, which is interesting. Moving on, we have the Halo 1 remake, which was supposed to come out this fall, but apparently it's been leaked that they want it to come out this summer. It's just going to be a remake for Halo 1. There's not going to be any multiplayer. Big time bummer there. And yeah, we don't know anything other than it's on Unreal Engine 5, and they're remaking, the gameplay. They're remaking all the cutscenes, and we're getting 3 brand new missions never before seen in the first game, and they are going to be a prequel to the game before the first mission, and apparently it's going to be with Sergeant Johnson, which is very, very cool. And that is about it. That's all I got for you. Those are all the games. We do have I believe it's called the Xbox Partner Game Reveal thing, and that's going to be coming out at 10 a.m. PST on Thursday in a couple days. So that'll be interesting. That'll be 1 p.m. EST on Thursday, the 26th. So who knows? I clicked on it, and it just says more reveals for gameplay and all that stuff. So that's cool. Also, cool thing with this microphone is I can hit this, and it just changes colors. So that's pretty cool. And one of the colors it just is like rainbow. It mixes. It doesn't really show it too well on the camera because it's kind of bright. But yeah, so that's basically it. Got a bunch of games coming out, and very excited. I am going to be playing Magic the Gathering after this, and then I'll turn on the stream, and we'll be checking out Crimson Desert. I've barely touched it, and probably be playing more of Toxic Commando, John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, because who doesn't love killing zombies? But other than that, I don't really know. I have a few more DVD videos that I haven't uploaded yet, so I'll probably just, upload those every other day until I'm out. But yeah, I'm not really motivated right now to play DVD. Especially in the way that the game is right now, where they're catering to survivors, and I'm a killer main, so don't want to play a game when I'm gonna have a bad time. But maybe in the future, we'll see. Until then, I'm kind of just gonna use this YouTube channel to, give updates and talk about games and stuff like that. I know I was supposed to use it to showcase new games, stuff like that. Maybe I will, but I don't. You never want to force yourself to make videos. You want to make videos because you're motivated, like this one. Like I was motivated today to make this one and only today. That's why it took 6 months for me to come out with this video, and why it's half an hour long. A lot of stuff to talk about. But yeah, I can't wait for Gears of War. It's going to be awesome. I'm sure millions of people are going to play it. Halo 1 Remake, would love for it to have a PvP, but, you know, always love, you know, new Halo games, especially ones that are remakes of the ones that I grew up with. Apparently, they are remaking Halo 2 and Halo 3 as well, which is very cool. Interesting to see how they're going to remake the cutscenes from Halo 3. I feel like Halo 2 doesn't really need it because in MCC, you know, we got the remake already, but I mean, if they want to do it, okay. But yeah, other than that, that's all I got really to say. Hope everyone is doing well. I am as well, and if you want to come out and chill on the Twitch channel, we're going to be live here, and I want to say maybe 2 or 3 hours after this video drops. So yeah, I hope y'all have a good one, and peace out.